And action.
After mixing the meat, you take your grape leaves, you drain them and rinse them and squeeze most of the liquid out. Then you take each leaf one at a time, put one leaf down on a plate, the shiny side down, and you break off the little stem that's there.
Let me see that.
And dispose of it.
Into a bowl. Okay.
Then you take some meat, about the size of a small meatball, and you put it down where the stem is, the bottom. You roll up these two sides, 1, 2, turn it, and then you roll in the sides, and you just turn them like that. And place them on a plate, seam side down.
Seam side down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you do it. Well, so you'll do one more?
Yeah, I'll do one more. Shiny side down. Spread it out carefully so you don't rip him. The next step is you break off that little stem and dispose of it. Okay, now you're ready to put the meat on. When they're done, they should look like little cigars. That's what Nana used to always say. Roll in the sides. And then you just roll forward.
Roll forward.
And make sure that they don't stick out on the sides. So you just, sometimes you just have to
tuck them in,
yeah.
Tuck in the little pieces.
Right.
Okay. And seam side down on the plate.
And when you put them in the pot, you put them seam side down so that they don't unravel while they're cooking.
Okay. So you don't need toothpicks at all.
What?
You don't need toothpicks at all to hold them together.
No. If you roll them correctly, you shouldn't need toothpicks.
Okay. Well, that's that. She already mixed up the ingredients.
3 pounds of meat, chopped meat, or you can mix beef and lamb, or just lamb. About half a cup of raw rice, uncooked. 1 large onion, diced. Salt and pepper to your taste. And about 2 tablespoons of parsley.
That's it?
That's it.
That's what goes in there?
Mm-hmm. And then after we roll them all, we're going to put them in a big pot. It's best to put some broken leaves on the bottom of the pot so that the stuffed doma doesn't touch the bottom of the pot and burn. So put some broken leaves. If you don't have enough leaves, you can use a couple of pieces of lettuce too. And then you place them in the pot carefully, seam side down. And when they're all in there, you put them very carefully. You mix chicken broth with just like a tablespoon of tomato sauce and lemon. So
fresh squeezed lemon.
Fresh squeezed, or you can even buy the kind that's in those little plastic bottle and just give it a good squeeze in there.
Right.
And enough to cover all of the grape leaves. Then it's best to put an inverted plate on top before you start cooking them, because while cooking, if they start to bubble a little bit, they'll move around. The plate will keep them from moving around and breaking apart.
Okay, and what's the the temperature you use?
Oh, we're going to do them on top of the stove. You put it on like medium temperature, just to bring it up to a little simmer, and then you turn it down on low, and you put the cover on. And I cook them usually about an hour and a half. I want to make sure that the leaves are tender.
So the cover goes up over on top of even with the plate on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And how long you cook it, did you say?
About an hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
I've cooked them less time, and sometimes the leaves, if they're like a thicker leaf, sometimes they don't cook as well as they should.
And then to finish it off with the garnish, what do you do with the plate?
Oh, then you, when you're finished cooking it, of course you have to take that plate off of it, and then you serve it in bowls, and you mix plain yogurt with garlic, chopped up garlic or minced garlic, and you put a couple of tablespoons on top of this in a bowl.
And you can also put some fresh lemon on top.
Right, and also you can take some pita bread and use it for dunking the juice.
Okay, well that's it. That's the hot meat dolma.
Right.
of moms.
Now
And
some Armenians call it sarma. That's what the Manasians call it.
well,
And I've always referred to it as dolma.
it's the meat version dolma. Hot meat dolma.
What is
And
that?
they're looking good. We're going to eat them later.
They'll
So,
smell good while they're cooking too.
yeah. Signing out. We'll show you what the results
We'll
look
show
like.
you while we put them in the pot.
Bye-bye. Okay, and here we are, the final product before cooking. They are all wrapped. And there we have, looks like just enough left to line the bottom of the pot. If not,
We have plenty. It's good.
just lining the pot there.
This will keep them from burning when they're cooking. Don't touch the bottom.
Smart. Everything goes to use.
Nana taught me that. There.
Okay.
Now we're going to put the grape leaves in, seam side down,
Same way they're laying.
and put them neatly. I start the end and I go across. Being that this is such a wide pot, we won't have too many layers of it. Sometimes when you use a narrower pot, you'd have more layers.
Yeah, you have stacked.
Mm-hmm. It's like a puzzle. I put them all in and save the little ones for the outside. You can just put them in there. This is the easy part. The fun part is when we eat them.
Okay, now she's stacking a second level here. Just to show you that. And then we're on to the chicken broth.
With a little bit of tomato sauce and lemon juice.
Okay, here we go.
We're mixing chicken broth with just a little bit of tomato sauce.
And you might have to you have to repeat this.
I don't have
To
a
make
really
sure-
big picture.
Make sure you have enough. So a little bit of that. A little fresh squeezed lemon. You need the whisk?
No, I just pour it right over. You pour in enough that it'll cover all the grape leaves.
So we have to make another shot of this. And like she said, you're going to fill it up till it covers the top of the leaves. Looking good. It's about there.
I think we'll put one more in.
Okay. Okay.
Edward didn't have a plate big enough or small enough to fit in here, so I'm using the Pyrex top
It's
for one
perfect.
of his corningware dishes. Putting it on top. That's to keep the grape leaves from moving around while they're cooking and come apart. So right now I have the oven set on a medium temperature, and as soon as that starts sizzling, or simmering I should say, I'm going to turn it on low and put a top on it, and I'm going to cook it for about an hour and a half.
And that's it.
And that's it. And then we'll serve it with yogurt with garlic in it.
All
Really
right.
good.
See you later.
See you later. Bye.